Driftless region of northeast Iowa. We are at Trout River at one of our public fishing accesses, but just remember the fishing here sucks and don't come. A lot today has been we've been going after caddis, and we've got a lot of caddis larvae up underneath these rocks, and this is one I'll focus on right now. Is this guy, little caddis larva, so you can get him straightened out here. Obviously, big green body, black head, and the fly that he is currently fishing, you'll see kind of the difference and why we tie him this way, which is something like these guys right here. You can see the resemblance with the black head, the olive green body. So yeah, seeing a lot of these in the streams right now. It's a pretty good size one right there, but that's a larva. Now that's gonna hatch in, eventually gonna hatch up into, you know, one of the ones that flies around the surface. But it's a nice little caddis larva. This wasn't the best, but I mean, if you really look really close here, guys, I mean, you see these little things moving around, these little blue wing olives, little tiny midges. I mean, if you really just zone in and look close at the rock, you're gonna see a lot of movement. Some of the stuff's damn near microscopic. Kind of see what I mean about it being a little more technical back through here, and then you get to some of the, like the spot up above has a down tree. You just flat out cannot back cast. Conservation is there so that we can continue to have beautiful watersheds like this, you know, good hunting grounds like this, wildlife management areas like this that are taken care of. And I think the easiest way to put it is you've got to give back to what you love, and if it weren't for good conservation practices, we wouldn't have the successful, productive fisheries that we have. I chose the Driftless. You know, I've had family ties up here. My grandfather was the fisheries biologist at the DNR at the hatchery in Decorah. I've been fishing up here for years. Called a Paragon. This one has, I actually ran out of material, so I just used the tail as a pheasant tail, but then it's just got the red tail end on it that moves up into black. And the biggest feature of this fly is the fact that it's, you can tell kind of by the shape how it's tapered from fat down to skinny. That's using some UV glue, and basically what that's going to do is just kind of make it sink through the water column faster. So this thing's going to get down in front of those fish faster than most flies. It's got a really good sinking factors. Weird ass to me, but very rewarding when you catch fish back here. It just seems to be a lot of fun. So usually starting the day, Impact Coffee is a really awesome spot to go grab a drink. I mean, just outside of getting a really good cup of coffee and, you know, maybe a bagel or something like that. It's just a really cool environment, you know, just kind of your everything you'd want in a coffee shop, plus some really big open atmosphere, but with, you know, leather couches. It's a really cool place to hang out, and really not just a breakfast spot. I mean, just a really cool place to go, you know, have a sit-down meeting, you know, again, take, you know, go out for a date kind of thing. But Impact Coffee, fantastic coffee, even cooler space. The biggest fish that was caught in my guide season last year was a gal named Janet. I think Janet was in her 70s. Her and her husband were both on just, let's say, a retirement mission to catch a fish on the fly in all 50 states. And it didn't have to be a trout, but they happened to be here to trout fish. And Iowa made state 43 for them, I believe it was. But her and her husband crushed them. She caught the biggest fish of the season. And it all started, the whole day started off with Janet falling behind as we were walking down the trail, and I turned around. Janet was leaned over, and she picks up a 4-leaf clover. she shows us, and I said, well, it must be your lucky day. Well, it was her lucky day, because she caught like a very, very large brown trout later on that day. So it was a lot of fun. Really cool places to eat, though. You've got, if you want to do your sports bar and grill kind of thing, you want to go get a beer and watch the game, you know, you've got T-Box Sports Bar and Grill, which is neat. Yeah, burgers, nachos, wings, you know, my favorite thing on the menus are French dip. You can get a good Reuben there. Great people in there. The local regular guys that come in are always fun. You know, the family, the Bachmans that run it are really, you know, just great people. They gave me a job when I moved to town.
We're in Decorah, Iowa. 5,174 miles from the start of this adventure. 15 days in, I've fished Hayward, Wisconsin, the Peshtigo River in Wisconsin, the Mississippi River in Minnesota. I've been in Craig, Montana on the Missouri River. I've fished Wyoming. This is the Iowa Driftless. I've returned back here because I fished the Wisconsin Driftless several years ago and just loved it. We're going to the Trout River Lodge, Decorah, Iowa. This has been a wonderful adventure.
This is the French dip at T-Box. And after our long day, it's gonna go down easy.